Yo guys, it's CF here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Welcome back to the channel today. We're talking about Man City 1, Chelsea 1. A game that's just happened. I'm obviously recording it just after the game. And a draw which on paper it looks like a good point for Chelsea Football Club with the season that we've just had and stuff. Well, the season that we're having and stuff like that compared to Man City. Obviously being at City's ground on paper it looks like a good point. Well-deserved point for Chelsea. But we'll get onto it in a second when I've just gone through a quick couple things. So please, before we get into the video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so notified every time I load a video. Also, first link in the description is my streaming channel. Go check that out. It'd be very much appreciated. And yeah, let's get into it. So, like I just said, on paper, Chelsea get a point from this game against Manchester City, who are chasing a title. A Chelsea team who have not been great this season at all. Who have a number of players out injured. And just a load of things going against Chelsea's favour today. And you probably look at it and you go, well deserved, 1 point to Chelsea. And if you asked me before the game, are you taking the point from this game? I would have snatched your hands off. I would have gone, yes, I am taking a point from this game. Definitely. But for the circumstances and the way the game went and how we played up until the latter stages due to some stuff which we're going to get onto, we should have won. We should have won and took the 3 points. And it's been ruined by something. So we'll get onto that in the latter stages. But let's jump into the video and start off with the lineup. I wasn't happy with the lineup. I wanted to see Nkunku start today. And then we didn't see Nkunku start today. Instead, we got Petrovic in goal, Ben Chilwell, Levi Colwill, Gusto and Disasi. Well, you know, Disasi centre back, Gusto right back. That I'm happy with. Fine with that. Enzo, Caicedo, Gallagher in the cam, Palmer off the right, Sterling off the left, Jackson up top. Now, I just want to see Nkunku in this lineup. I think if you start Nkunku in this lineup, I think, especially with how the first half went and the chances we had and the positional chances that we got, I think Nkunku does bag a goal in that first half. But we didn't go with him. Bar that, I was quite fine with the lineup. Defence, perfect. The midfield, perfect. And yeah, bar that, I was happy with everything, really. But let's get into it. So first half, obviously, Man City had all the ball. Man City had all the possession, all the shots on target, stuff like that. We knew this was going to happen. We're not going to try and outplay Manchester City. We're not. It's stupid, especially where we are at right now as a football club. It is stupid. I completely understand that. And the game plan, you could see, there was no style of play. Don't get me wrong. There's no style of play in any of Pochettino's Chelsea teams so far. There's none of it. But you could see the plan we was going with. It was a counter-attack. Every time Man City bombed up too many players, there would always be like 3 Man City players back. A load of space to take advantage of. So we was looking to take advantage of that and go on counter-attacks and stuff like that. And yeah, Man City got a couple decent chances in the first half. Nothing too special. And we obviously got the best chance of the first half. Come from Sterling. It was a great ball through off of the left-hand side. Again, like I said, we caught him on the counter. On the left-hand side, Sterling skips past his man. And yeah, drags it in the bottom hand corner, and we go 1-0 up. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy as Larry at this moment in time. I'm happy as Larry. It's just my only problem was I just, at the back of my head, I knew Man City at some point were going to score, especially in the second half. When we scored in the first half, and around the 42nd minute it was a good time to score because we go into the second half with confidence. You know what I'm trying to say? We go into the second half with confidence and boost. You know, that level head that we have an advantage over the home team right now. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it was a perfect time to score for us. Second half starts, and again, you could see the game plan was defend, break them on the counter. You could see that was still the game plan. And we did well with it. Up obviously until Man City scored. But in fact, actually, let's go with Man City's goal. No, let's not go with Man City's goal first. The 75th minute, this is where I've got a problem. And I'm going to go into more detail soon, but obviously in the 75th minute, Pochettino made a sub and a tactical change with the formation. We're going to go over it in a minute. As soon as that happens, 7 minutes later, bang, we go and concede. We go and concede, and actually we concede literally 30 seconds after another tactical sub. But we looked worse as soon as we made a different formation trying to set up. We looked worse in terms of when we made the formation set up. But yeah, we made a tactical sub in the 82nd minute, and we still conceded in the 82nd minute as well. So it wasn't good on that standpoint. Rodri, it's literally hit with so much power. You can't blame anybody. You can't blame anybody. It's hit with so much power. You can't blame Trevor Chalobah, who came on, or anything. So on that behalf, it was going to happen. But it was going to happen at that moment, because ever since the 70th minute, well, it was around the 66th minute actually, we just let Man City cross it in. We wasn't closing down as quick enough, or we wasn't getting onto them as much quick enough, or we wasn't putting pressure on them as quick as we was in some of the second half and most of the first half. We was letting them cross it in and head it out. We was heading it out and stuff like that. So it was bound to come. I knew it was going to come at some point. But it's besides the point. They get a goal. Just nothing you can do. There's nothing you could do. And at the end, it finishes 1-1. We take a point home from it. Like I said, if you asked me at the start of the game, would you take a point? I would have bit your hand off and said yes. Yes, please. Any day of the week. But we fully deserved the 3 points today, in my opinion. I think we did fully deserve the 3 points. The way we defended the whole game, the Sassy was an absolute rock the whole game. The way we defended, brilliant. Whenever we need to attack, we did it efficiently. We were taking our chances at times. There was a chance in the second half where Jackson was about to get a shot off, but Enzo was about to get the shot off as well, and both of them miscommunicated to each other, and it went like sky high. It went sky high, and they both were angry with each other or something like that. That's what I'm saying, miscommunication. We need communication there. But yeah, we take a point. In hindsight, it's not bad, but what frustrates me, this is what I'm going to get into right now. This is what I'm going to get into. What frustrates me right here about the game is the fact we could have got 3 points if it wasn't for Pochettino subs. Now, don't be shooting guns at me or anything like that. Don't be shooting guns at me saying I'm just a Poch hater or something like that. Yes, I'm not a big fan of Poch, but let's be real. If we would have got the 3 points if it wasn't for Pochettino's tactical substitutions. I'm not saying the substitutions are wrong, it's tactical substitutions. And Kunku coming on was the right idea, 100%. But the instructions he told Nkunku to do, completely not the right idea. You could tell by the way Nkunku was playing, it was not the right idea. The setup, even though we was 1-0 up in the 75th minute, away to Manchester City, you could argue the best team in the world, we bring on Trevor Chalobah, who hasn't even played a game for a whole year. No, for the whole season. Hasn't even played a second for the whole season. And we switch to a 5 at the back. And so we're meant to defend for the next 25-30 minutes against Manchester City, the best team in the world, are we? And not just that. That happened around the 70th minute. It was the sub in the 82nd minute that made me think, what the hell are you doing? We bring on Cassidy, centre mid, for a right winger. So we was going to get a set up even more defensively with such an inexperienced player. It was never going to work. Like I just said, it was never going to work. Setting 5 at the back to defend against the best team in the world for the next 25-30 minutes when you're already defending really, really well in the 4 at the back. Why fix something that's not broken? I think we was doing better at 4 at the back because we was also launching a counter-attack better in the 4 at the back than we was in the 5 at the back. And I'd argue as well, we was actually defending better at the 4 at the back than at the 5. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So the tactical sub was off. Don't get me wrong. If Pochettino pulled off, it would have been brilliant. But it was a very ambitious substitution as we're defending and already playing quite well at 4 at the back as it is anyway. And he switches it, which makes us concede. Like I said, we bring on an inexperienced player. What I would have liked to see is we kept the 4 at the back and bring on Mudryk to exploit, because Man City kept bombing forward loads of players. Towards the latter stages of the game, around the 75th minute and stuff like that, they were bombing so many players forward to try and get that 1 goal back. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Mudryk's pace in behind, when Man City had 2 players back, Because every attack from the 75th onwards, they had 2 players back. Mudrik's pace would have been so vital for setting us on counter-attacks. We probably would have scored from it. We didn't even bring Mudrik on. I'm aware Mudrik's not been playing well lately, and I agree. I think he's been very, very poor lately. But he's not come off the bench for the last 4 games, and this is a vital game for him to come off the bench for. Especially in the minute 75th or anything. Instead, we switched to a 5 at the back and set up with what seemed like a 5-4-1 and completely void everything we've done and lose the point. That's just my opinion. I generally think if we kept the 4 at the back, this bloody monitor keeps going off. We kept the 4 at the back and we bring on a pacey winger to exploit on a counter-attack, I generally think we probably would have took maybe the 3 points home. I generally think we would have took the 3 points home. Don't get me wrong, Man City was still knocking either way on the door, but I think we was defending better. I think we looked more organised in that sense. You know what I'm trying to say? Maybe I'm just being too harsh. Maybe I'm just expecting too much. Don't get me wrong, I'm still happy we got the 1 point. But the 3 points was there. It was there. And if you think about it, if we got 3 points in this game, think about what the mentality would be for the next game, for the Carabao Cup final, against a Liverpool team who are missing majority of their best players out through injuries. Like, they've got quite a lot of injuries. The mentality would have been elite going into that game. Don't get me wrong, it still should be quite good going into the Liverpool game because we still picked up a draw against the best team in the world, you could argue. But it would have been even way better. You know what I'm trying to say? It would have been astronomically better for that game. So it's just frustration. It's just frustration. But like I said, maybe I'm probably being a bit too harsh. But I don't know. I don't know because, like I said, if you would have told me at the start of the game, take the point or 0 points, I would have took the point, obviously. But if you would have told me at the start of the game, a point, I'm taking it. 3 points, I'm biting your hand off. You know what I'm trying to say? But it was there. It was there. It just didn't need to switch to a 5 for 25, 30 minutes. I could understand if you went to a 5 at the back for the last 5 or 10 minutes. That I could understand, maybe. 30 minutes, though. Like, it's a little too long. It's a little too long. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go with player ratings. So, Petrovic was a little dodgy off corners today. Don't think he had his best game. Even his distribution wasn't great. So, I'd give him a 5. I'll give him a 5. Nothing you could do with a goal. Ben Chilwell was a 5. He was relatively okay. Wasn't really a standout, but didn't really cause much of like a problem. Levi Colwill looked brilliant at left centre back. Absolutely brilliant. I thought he was very stable in that position. Him and Disasi, that partnership today worked a treat. I would say Colwill was a 6. Axel Disasi, this guy's turned a corner. I'm telling you, this guy's turned a corner. I was his biggest advocate for him to leave Chelsea, saying he was a waste of money. I'm glad I'm being proved wrong. He's doing really well right now. He locked off Haaland the whole game. Haaland still had some good chances, but he locked him off the whole game. I'd give Disasi a... We still lost, so I'll give him a 6.5. But I honestly think he was brilliant today. Brilliant. And I think if we won, we didn't lose. It feels like a loss. I don't know why. It feels like a loss. But if we didn't draw and we won, he would have been way higher. He probably would have been my man of the match, not even going to lie. So I'll give him a 6.5. Gusto was solid as well. He was being tormented towards the latter stages of the game. Towards the latter stages of the game, he was being tormented by Doku a little bit. So I'll give him a 6. Gallagher... No, well, actually, no, I'll go with Gallagher later. Caicedo, I would say, was decent. I love how aggressive Caicedo is. I love how aggressive he is. He knows the dark arts. And I love it. Caicedo, I'd say, was a 6 as well. Enzo covered every blade of the grass. Wasn't as creative today, but I don't think that was his role. The tactical role for him was not that today. You could tell by the way on the pitch. But I would say Enzo was a 5.8. A 5.8. Gallagher, the press started with him, obviously. Press always starts with Gallagher. Again, I don't think it was really a standout today, so I'll say it was a 5.5. Palmer didn't really do much today, didn't offer much. Like I said, today was more defending, launching on counter-attacks. So, I'd say it was a 5.5. I don't think it was great. I've got to say it was a 5. I don't think he really did much today. So I'll give him a 5. Sterling got a goal again after didn't really do much. Lost the ball on many occasions, very, very easily. Was very weak on the ball, always runned into players. So bar the goal, if he didn't get a goal, I would have given him a 4.5. But he got a goal, so I'll give him a 5.5. And then Jackson had a really good game today. He played as an ST today, and you saw him with his quick passes and, you know, still dribbling in and out of players and turning defenders. He looked brilliant today. Even when he went on the left, he looked great. So I'd say Jackson was a 6. I'll say it was a 6. I actually think he had a really good game today. And yeah, Cassidy came on, didn't really offer anything, so I'll say it was a 4.5. Chalobah came on, defensively didn't look amazing, didn't really set the world alight, didn't make any mistakes though either. The goal ricocheted off his knee. It's not an own goal, it was already on target, but there's nothing he really could have done. It was smashed at his knee. I'd give Chalobah a 4.5. And who else came off the bench? Nkunku. Like I said, tactical instruction was not it. He didn't get anything tactically. When we brought him on, it was pretty much void. We were just defending. We didn't really set on that many counter-attacks after. And about not long after, we were set up to the 5 at the back and took off our attackers. So we basically shut up shop. So I feel bad for him the last couple of games. Honestly, I feel really bad for him the last couple of games. I say it was a 4.5 as well. He didn't really do much, but it's not really his fault. And yeah, that's really it for the player ratings. We bring on 3 substitutions out of 5. 3 subs out of 5. Like I said, maybe I'm just being a bit too harsh, but I think the tactical sub of Pochettino switching to a 5 at the back with 30 minutes still left to go was completely wrong. Taking off all of our attackers bar Nkunku, leaving just Nkunku isolated up top by himself, and bringing on Cassidy for the last 20 minutes, and bringing on a centre-back, like I said, to defend for the last 30 minutes was completely off it, was completely void, especially as we was doing really well in the full-back at the time anyway, and we was looking better on counter-attacks and attacks. We never even went on an attack when we was playing 5 at the back. Never went on one. When we was at the 4, we did, because we had room to a counter-attack. We had the extra body. We should have kept the 4, and we should have brought on Mudryk in the latter stages to catch that high line, 2 at the back, Man City side, out on a counter-attack for Mudryk's pace. You know what I'm trying to say? That Mudryk pace would have caught them off guard many times, and maybe we would have came with a win. Maybe we wouldn't have came with a win, but it's a bit more braver from Pochettino, that would have been. But I just think going 5 at the back with 30 minutes still left to go, when Man City were already knocking, and you bring on an inexperienced centre mid, I just think it's completely void. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm being harsh, but the 3 points was there in the distance. It would have been such a good win, taken into the Carabao Cup final next week. Our mentality would have been there. It would have been ready for that game against an injury-riddled Liverpool side. It would have been there, and we just... It's still a well-deserved point, because I do think we were the better team in terms of, like, not in terms of possession and creating chances, obviously we weren't, but the way we managed, well, not the way we managed the game, but the way we took hold of the game defensively, how we defended until we switched to the 5 at the back, and, you know, setting our counter-attacks and taking our chances when we was being efficient. In that way, I do think we were better than Man City. Man City could have easily rolled us over 4-0 if we didn't turn up, but we did. So, you know, I don't know, let me know in the comments down below if you think I'm being harsh or not. Maybe I am. I'm still happy we got a point. I'm just saying, like, that 3 points was there. It's tactical things again. I don't know. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you all think. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so notified every time I upload a video. First link in the description of my streaming channel. I'll be streaming tonight at 10 PM UK time, so go and check that out. And yeah, up the chows. And yeah, see you when I next upload a video. Take care all. Peace.